Hey y'all! This is our last Mirror Talks for September. And I think that it was absolutely amazing this month. The men really came through. Shout out to every speaker. Shout out. I'm going to wait for y'all to come in. We're going to get this shared. So give me a few seconds. I need my handy dandy assistant to send me the YouTube link so I can send it out. And we're going to get started. Y'all, tonight, I can't promise y'all. Tonight is going to be good. But I cannot promise y'all that y'all are not going to be rolling over in laughter. I can't promise that. But we gonna try. Just know this the man of God is he funny. He real funny. Send. Hold on, y'all. All right, she just sent me the live. I'm gonna send the live out, and then I'm gonna bring him up, and we're gonna get started. And while I'm doing this, y'all, yeah, let's just bring him up because he can keep y'all. Um, I'll do my I'll do my intro after we get a few more people.
Hey, what it do though? Hey, you look
Did I
good.
catch you off guard? Could you not hear me?
I can hear everything you're saying. I was eating some food
Oh, I'm sorry.
and hydrated.
All right, y'all. So while
You know,
y'all sharing this to your people, this is Mr. Robert. I'm gonna say Jay because he think I don't know his middle name. Howard the Third.
I ain't scared of my name. I got my daddy name.
Yep, your name is very distinguished.
Come on, I'm trying to distinguish myself. I'm trying to make a name out of my name, man. Come on.
Oh Lord, but
Oh,
y'all, this is Mr. Questions, y'all. And while I'm up here, before we begin, we're gonna just do some housekeeping. If you love this hoodie I have on,
with that hoodie, what it say?
it's like healing.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing. Where you get that
That's
from?
I think everybody should, get grab this hoodie. It's absolutely amazing. I got it from Mr. Howard 365. You heard of him?
I seen him online.
Yeah. He's really dope. But y'all, he's gonna tell y'all how y'all can follow him. He's gonna tell y'all where
Are we
you can
supposed to be
get
serious?
the merch from. Rob. Just be you, because
Okay.
that's all you
Okay.
gonna do.
I can be other people. I'm gonna ask you now.
Are you gonna give us Mr. Rogers, or
Yes, but
what are we getting? Are we getting Mr. Rogers
I'm
version, or are
on the
we
spirit.
getting the, what is it, Inglewood? What
Yeah,
version?
Inglewood. Yep, it's all that. I don't know, I'm gonna flow in the spirit. I might twerk at you, man. I don't know. I got on the hoochie daddy shorts. I'm here for you. You got questions, I'm answering this time. I'm not doing a conversation
Hold on,
starter.
let me get the people in here, because
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
don't send it, they.
yeah. Tell the people to come on in here. I got something to talk.
You got something to say?
Do you when you drink water, do you like cold water or room temperature?
It depends on the time of day.
Oh,
If it's early in the morning, I'm starting off with room temperature just because of the vitamins and supplements I take. But
mm.
this, chock full of ice.
Yeah,
Chock full of ice. What is that? Is there nothing in there?
there's a little ice in there.
I
I
don't
don't
hear
want I don't want to clang too bad. You know what I'm saying? This ain't eight. I got to pay for it. Paying this on AMR. A B C D E. You gotta pay for that.
it.
Huh?
Rob, did you let your people know you was going live today?
I can tell them right now. I'm going live right now. What's the link?
Here, I'm gonna send it to you.
Text
I,
me.
I would prefer I would prefer that people
310.
What is wrong with you?
If they can guess it from the reference, that's what's
Oh anyway,
up.
as y'all can see, this is Mr. Robert Howard. He's absolutely amazing, and I am grateful that he decided to grace a Mirror Talks. He's a very busy man, y'all, so we know we was gonna be able to get him on here.
I
Cause
don't want you to
all,
make it.
cause
Whatever,
all I can give
whatever it
him
looks like.
is a fruit basket. We in the startup phase of this.
It's just an honor to be
Do
here.
you eat? Do you
I,
eat
I want
fruit?
to start there. I like pineapples. I eat a couple little orange wedges. Um, there's
Orange
a lot of
what?
fruit, the little slices, the little wedges of it. There's
Oh,
a lot of fruit I haven't eaten.
that's the only wedges you like.
An orange wedge, yeah. I don't want to see no other wedges in Jesus' name. Because they're ugly. And it gives me the heebie. You ever had the heebie-jeebies? Yeah, the heebie-jeebies. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Before
All
we
right, cool.
start, if I had walked up to you in Chattanooga and I had some wedges on, what would your response have been?
Hmm. I would have been the nice version of myself. There might have been a joke to see how you handle getting talked about how your feet are strapped to preschool blocks, and that's why you're walking like that. And I'll probably make a little question poll, engaging the audience around us, whoever's standing around in vicinity, and like, how you how y'all feel about wedges food? And
So
then
you would have made it a spectacle.
it might have become a spectacle. I mean,
You could have just gave me a little church hug and went on about your business.
I don't really like these. I mean, I do church hugs. I think I gave you a real hug.
No, you did.
Yeah, it's a real hug.
But I'm saying you would talk bad about my shoe choice. Is that do they give you that much of a ick that you would?
I
I'm
might,
done.
I might, I might be like, this lady got on wedges trying to interview me while wearing these wedges. I'm about to get her.
I'm gonna tell you how bad of an influence you are.
Okay.
The other day when I was running errands, a lady she came sashaying in Publix. If you don't know what Publix is, it's a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And she had on. They were really cute though. In her defense, they were cute. But all I heard in my head as soon as I like looked down was if you don't take them cylinder blocks out, like that's all I heard in my head. And I was like, now this man gonna have me looking at every person, every woman that wear wedges, and I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
judging them. And I don't like that.
I don't think, what I'm saying, you can do anything about it now that you've been exposed. So, in one of my workshops, we talk about scotomas.
Let's go.
Scotoma, right? A scotoma is a Latin word for our blinders. So, like, racehorses, they got the little blinders on, and when you take them off, you can see in full perspective. It's almost like when you buy a car or your friend gets a new car. All of a sudden, you see that car everywhere. But before that, you'd be like, ain't nobody got no Kia Stingray. That ain't nobody. But now you've seen one, and now you see them all the time, different colors, the special edition. It's the same thing. Like now that you know the wedges ain't of God, you gonna see sin everywhere. Amen. I took the blinders off. The blind will see. Amen.
Rob, please.
Huh?
Okay, y'all. I have allowed him to be who he is, but
Huh?
now we about to get down to the nitty
Huh?
gritty.
Let me see.
Rob, please.
Explain this to me.
I can't ask you questions like this. And the people want to know. The people want
Well,
to know the answer to these.
I don't have no answers for nothing.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
I'm the man with the questions. Amen.
No, but you got answers. It's
Oh yeah.
funny too, because I'm the woman with the questions. But anywho,
Come on.
um, we're gonna start off light, okay? We let's just start off light. Mika and Danielle, please. That's all I'm gonna say. Please. Can you share a little about your journey? What led you into facilitation work around restorative justice?
Yeah. Um. So I'm 25 years in facilitation work, and while I was in college, I majored in Africana studies, and I was like, what do you do with that degree? Like, and they were like, you could do anything with it. Usually people go on to get a master's degree in something they want to have a specialty in, but you could do anything with it. And I was like, all right. I was already pursuing music full time, chasing a dream, trying to figure that out, studio time all over the city, getting closer and closer and closer to what I thought was the fruition of the music career dream. But along the journey, I was always working in schools, doing after school programs, doing nonprofit work, doing training, doing mediation, gang intervention, camps, retreats. Like I was doing all this stuff like on the side, kind of put a little change in my pocket to pay for the studio dream. And everything just fell apart with music. It was like I hit a ceiling and life turned upside down. And I felt like, I was like, God, what am I supposed to do now? And I felt like his answer very sarcastically was like, the thing that you were already doing. How about that? So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. I didn't know what restorative justice was, but when they told me about it, it was like it's a lot of like what you already do. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but let's go. I need a job.
Okay, see, I love that because you kind of led yourself into the next question. What does the restorative justice mean to you, and why do you think it's so necessary in today's world?
Hmm. I think that very much so. Our society needs healing, and the teachings of restorative justice is about healing. Healing is justice. That if your justice is not healing, then it's not justice. So when you see messages like the healing hoodies and hats and the love, I kind of feel like it's a way of bringing the roots and the hearts and values of every society, every religion, every healthy family has these tenements, these pillars. Restorative justice aim is to bring them into institutions and communities that teach the individuals. So how do we do that? One, before there's any drama, how do we build relationships that are healthy? Right? How do you get to be your real you? How do you get to share what's important to you? How do we identify what's unique and special and different about you, but also what we have in common? And then after something goes left, after someone does something that breaks a rule, breaks the law, hurts feelings, causes harm, because people are not going to be perfect. Um, how do we heal? How do we hold people accountable? How do we move forward? That's what restorative justice is about. If you Google restorative justice, like everybody, you're gonna find something different. It's juvenile intervention. It's the crystals and the sages. It's honoring the ancestors. It's sitting in circles. It's drums. It's all kind of stuff. It's in schools. It's in our systems of like incarceration. But really, it's just wherever people are.
I love it. So how do you feel that your work in restorative justice has shaped the way you see yourself as a black man in America?
Hmm. Uh, my work in restorative justice, I feel like one of the few. I was one of the first in California for sure, but in the nation who were doing restorative justice work specifically, working with young people, working with community, working cross culturally. When I was in a lot of the rooms, there's a lot of white folks and a lot of women. So when I walk in there with my identity, with my size, with my skin color, with my Jordans, with my perspectives and stories, uh, I was like, oh, I don't feel like there's a lot of me in this work, but I think I'm uniquely built to do this amazing. I know for a fact that I am one of the best. I'm one of the coldest at what I do. And we're in a time in the world right now where, the institutions, the government are making things like what I do the enemy. And they're lifting up things that I thought everyone agreed as a country in the world was evil and wrong. They're like, no, wokeness is wrong. Equity is wrong. And inclusion is wrong. Oh, okay. Thank you for showing me your hand. We knew that was your hand anyway. You ever play spades with somebody? But like, I know it's your hand. Yes, but yeah. Sorry. Daddy duty don't stop.
Okay, one thing about over here on Mirror Talks is we don't apologize for children busting in rooms. That's what we don't do.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't a room. We got a partition, and I can see her.
No, but
As
I'm
soon as
just
she walks in,
saying. Well, I had to lock myself in the room because Dylan ain't gonna come in here.
amen. Amen.
Okay, so okay, my last child is home. Good. Now I can breathe a little bit.
You better breathe.
Huh?
I said you better breathe.
Yeah, now that I know he home, I can kind of flow a little bit, but I just was waiting to hear that doorbell.
Before you go to the next question, something that just hit my heart was another thing that I think is important about restorative justice and my identity as a black man is being a part of a black community and a black experience where we haven't been able to focus on healing. We've been focused on getting money, we've been focused on getting land, we've been focused on getting rich and getting popping and getting followers and getting cars and getting houses and getting we haven't got healed. Trauma is a part of the story, and we have been passing down trauma not only in our bodies, not only in ourselves, but in our culture. So, finding ways to heal, healing circles, healing times, healing practices, prioritizing healing, 100% is a part of that.
Okay, then so let's dig into that. I was gonna ask, many men struggle with vulnerability. What role do you believe vulnerability plays in the reflection of manhood? But even more so digging deeper into, I feel like you have to be healed to a certain degree to even allow yourself to be vulnerable. So what does that space look like for black men?
Hmm. I mean, I think that the common trope is that men don't get vulnerable, but I think that's a story that doesn't have the full length of time a part of it. If you go back into societies before America called itself America and modern day westernized worlds, what I think you find is what I find that the elders, the fathers, the uncles, the babas were very vulnerable. They were story keepers, they were healers, they were storytellers, they were they were holders and creators of space where people would heal, a healing drum circle, a healing conversation talk circle. Uh, who was likely to help with birth? Who was likely to help with difficulty? Who was likely to remind people of who they were? It was men. And sometimes they came through telling you, hey, here's what I remember of you. There's a culture in Africa that has everybody in the society, everybody in the village has a song. You have a birth song, right? Uh, everybody who's a part of your rearing, your family, your circle would sing your song and help you learn your song. Your song is unique. It has its own rhythm. It has its own song, like melody. It has its own uh, language to it. So in you learning your song from your circle, from your family, from your people, they were also learning your song. And if you ever did something that was not like you, if you ever did something that violated the values of the family or the culture, the tribe, they wouldn't throw you out. They would sing your song. That's justice. It's me calling you back to yourself, lifting you to what you really are, not how you're acting that day because whatever happened that made you feel like that or think like that or prioritize that. It's a let me pull you back to what we know you do.
Oh, I love that. Oh, You didn't threw me off, sir.
Mm. You didn't know what you was gonna get. You thought you was gonna food your daddy short. I got him on.
Oh, trust me, I know.
If I get up right now, you got to get banned right now. You gonna get
Why would
content
you
strike.
do that?
I'm not. I'm serious.
Chris said, you better talk, sir. Talk
You
tonight.
better talk tonight.
What was it you kept saying to Chris in Chattanooga?
I just remember throwing candy.
Oh, hold on, y'all.
Like when you drop a bar, you drop a bar. Hey man.
I want y'all to know out of all of these nights, Mika, out of all of these nights, Dylan ain't never came in here. Come on, hurry up.
Listen, let him be an audience. There's gonna be something good. I promise you that if you ask him after he listens to our conversation, how'd you like it and what'd you learn? There's gonna be something you liked and something you learned.
Who?
Whoever is listening.
Dylan?
Sure.
The 7-year-old?
Yeah.
I don't know, but go. Close the door, son. The black mama finna come out of me. Okay,
I
y'all, we gonna
saw it.
switch lanes. You what?
It's funny how we could see you, but you muted your audio, but we can see you. It's almost like we can fill in the audio.
Dylan, you did not walk in here with the phone. Go look in the playroom and close the door, please. Thank you. All right, y'all. So we're gonna switch lanes because not only does Mr. Howard do things with restorative justice, he is an absolutely amazing content creator.
Thank you.
And he got some discipline on him, honey, because he been posting consistently for almost 5 years. January to be 5 years, right?
Yeah, January 9th.
Every day.
Every day, at least
Let
one
let's
video.
every day. I want y'all to hear that.
Every day, having them.
5 years, y'all times that you'll see how many days that is.
Mhm.
Um can you close the door, please?
Thank you.
Oh, Mika, ain't he amazing? Cause honey, I be over here trying, but almost doesn't count. That's what Brandy said.
Mhm.
Um, so as a content creator, posting daily for 5 years is no small feat. What motivated you to remain that consistent, and what did you learn about yourself during the journey?
Great question. I was dabbling in content creation early when Instagram first allowed video. It was 60 seconds after Vine and the other one was like 30 seconds, 15-second video clips, the quick one. Instagram was like, all right, we're going to do 60 seconds. So I saw that as an opportunity. I was looking at YouTubers. I loved certain bloggers' content. I got into cameras and settings and cinematic this and drone shot that and time lapse this. I was like, oh, I want to do that. That's so cool. And then seeing them blow up, seeing them finally hit this number, get the plaques and get 1 million subscribers and making money and doing brand deals. I was like, man, I could do that. I want to do that. I don't know how to do that. And then I bought a camera and was like, I don't really like the way I sound on camera. And I don't like the way I look on camera. And I don't really know what people want to see from me. And I don't like how when I finally do post a video that I boldly recorded myself and edited myself. Nobody seems to care. I didn't know how to make videos that people wanted to watch and people wanted to share and that people wanted to engage with in the comments. And I had no idea for the game. And my father, uh, COVID came, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? How we gonna make this money? And then my father passed away on Christmas 2020. And I was telling myself, actually, one of my best friends, Mac, I was helping him with his content. And he was like, hey, bro, stop giving me ideas on how I can blow up and monetize my YouTube if you're not going to do it. That doesn't make any sense. And as a good friend, he checked me with love and was like, no, let's do this together. And I just started going, all right, fine, I'm going to do it. Then my father passed away. And I was like, huh. While he had a full, long life, uh, I was like, he didn't have this opportunity. This is an opportunity that we have, right? He didn't have it the way I got it. Even if he was alive in that window, it wasn't built for him. It was an opportunity for a certain age, a certain type of person, a certain skill set. I was like, I don't want to waste another opportunity. I don't want to waste another day. So I just tried it. I committed to doing a 90-day every day. And then in the first 30 days, I got to 10,000 followers just posting a question every day, which I knew I could do every day for a year because as a facilitator, I always have questions. I'm a curious person by nature. I used to get in trouble for asking too many questions and getting too personal. I've had all those experiences, but I knew I could offer questions that could be a conversation starter for the audience that found me, and I thought that that would be helpful, especially in that post-COVID world. Because we were stuck in the house, we were stuck with the people that we was around, and starting to come out. So I committed to that, and then I was like, I'm gonna do this for 5 years, and I'm gonna figure out in 5 years what I'm doing. I was like, let's treat it like a black person going to get a bachelor's degree. Like, if in 5 years I can leave with an education, an identity, a resume, skills, at the end of that, I'd be able to go, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do now that I know this. I knew I'd be a greater editor. I knew I'd get more comfortable on camera. I knew I would have tried some things. The way that I see the opportunities, the content will come from a eye that most people don't see because I'm fully ingrained in that thing. So I didn't dabble. I dunked myself in there. Yeah.
Cause honey, when you said that, I was like, I could
Mm-hmm.
barely do 30 days. And now I did what
Not
month
true.
was this?
Yeah, I was say not true.
I'm saying before I tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what month was that? We went to
May was Chattanooga.
no, I did it in May because no, I did it in was it? No, we was in Chattanooga in April.
April. Yeah, it was April this year. Last time was
Oh,
May.
but I did the
It
30
is much better.
days.
Yeah.
I did the 30 days. It
Come
was
on, thank you. Because
no,
isn't AD's birthday May?
no, it's April.
Okay.
you, I thought you always wanted a brother, and you don't know his birthday.
I don't know my son, but
Wait, what?
I'm just joking. I'm about to look it up right now. Though.
Oh my goodness, it is in April because it's like the 20 something, but
It is April
the
25th.
25th.
Yeah.
You owe me something. Did you say it at the same time as me? You owe me something.
I think gonna call Jinx. That's crazy.
I'm gonna leave here with something.
Okay. I'll get you a cup of water.
But yeah, you challenged me for real, to like, cause it was almost like, let me just see if I can do it, and I did it,
You did it.
and then I stopped doing it, and oh Lord,
Yeah.
cause I just, me and the camera just do not be getting along.
You're entitled to your opinion. I don't know about that.
You know, okay, the same way when you first started out, you said, I don't like how I sound on camera. I don't like how I look on camera. For me, even though people say they love the southern drawl, they love how country I am, it was very like irky to hear myself, because when you're editing, especially if you're doing voiceovers and stuff like that, you have to constantly hear yourself, and like that was kind of giving me the ick, because I'm like, this what y'all like to hear, but okay. But it was honestly, it was the, how did you say it, the gotta, I gotta. And so that's what I'm trying to incorporate in my world now, is no matter how I feel, because the crazy part is, I don't even think you know this. Of course, AD and them know, but in the midst of everything that happened right after Chattanooga, um, they tried to diagnose me with cervical cancer, and I still completed my 31 days, even in the midst of all of that.
There's a million things that you can have really good excuses to not do something.
Right. And
A
so
really good
for
excuse.
so now for me, it's like, what excuse do you have? And one of the most, like, where you could have had every right to crawl up in the bed and not do anything, you persevered through that. So it's like, what's your excuse now? And then of course
Uh-huh.
it was cutting my hair on like this. It was so many things, and it's like, bro, if you made it through that, that's why I wore my hair tonight, for real, because again,
It
I'm
looks
still
great,
getting
by the
used
way.
to it. Thank you. I'm still trying I'm still trying to get used to it, because this isn't, when I look in this camera, I see me, but I don't see me.
Good.
Why is it good?
Because how you see yourself is you've never seen yourself. You've only seen a picture or video or a reflection. You've never seen yourself how people in the world see you. Ever. There's always a capture, a frozen moment, or a reflection, which is reversed. You've
Mm-hmm.
never seen yourself. So the character that you think you are isn't even normal. You ever like on your FaceTime on your phone or something, when it's flipped, you feel like, and then you go, okay, well let me put it the right way. You're like, oh, no man.
Are you
So
talking about when you
you,
invert it?
yeah, you're inverted. You're mirrored,
Uh-huh.
right? Which way is the right way?
The inverted. Inverted is what you look like. Mirrored is the opposite.
And some people are super uncomfortable with
Oh,
either.
baby, you will never catch me in inverted.
Right. But that's what you look like in the mirror.
I
So
know.
you think that's what you look like sometimes. That's not what you. That's not even close to what you look like.
Mm. Who? And first of all, and look what she gonna post.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, for free, no charge.
This ain't about me. This is about you tonight. So I'm gonna keep going, because this ain't about me. Um, not only are you a facilitator, not only are you a content creator, but you are a father, and an amazing father at that.
Heck yeah.
As a father, facilitator, and content creator, how do you stay consistent when life demands are pulling you in every direction?
I don't believe in balance. I believe in whatever's in front of you is what you got to do. Remember what your priorities are. Don't lose yourself for too long. But there's gonna be, oh, I gotta go do. Oh, I gotta do. How do I make that work? Oh, I forgot about that one. That's what life is, and I don't have control. I have stewardship. And
Mm.
I can't. I don't own nothing. I can't make nothing. I'm not a master of any other thing or person. Barely myself.
Wait,
So
say that one more time, please. That
yeah,
was good.
I'm really just trying to be a good steward of what I've been given responsibility for. And there are a lot of things that are important to me that I care a lot about, that I love, uh, and it's not like my attention and my time and my receipts are not a clear indication of what I care the most about. A lot of us spend a lot of time at work and don't give a
Mm.
flying fuck about how we work for this company, because we know they don't really care about us as much as we care about our happiness, our health, family, our hobbies. But if you look at your calendar, that's the thing you have to prioritize. So how do you balance that? You just don't get lost in the sauce for me. Like I'm gonna say no to a lot of stuff. I'm gonna say yes to stuff that might be like, ooh, that was a little hard to make that happen, but it's because it's important to me.
That's good. Um, Wait a minute. See, you done threw me off.
Good.
It's not good, Robert. Stop
Ain't
saying.
no control. I don't care what you plan for. This is gonna be an organic conversation either way because two humans having a real conversation. I don't even know what the script is. Like you don't tell me, and I don't want to know what your questions are. We're just gonna organically have a conversation. So
And well, that's been the running theme for this entire month. So
good.
for the ladies, they got their questions.
Hey,
They got their questions ahead of time, but none of the men wanted their questions. They off the dome.
come on, man. Come on, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what happened. That's dope. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
absolutely. Like Chris, Chris last week was like, "Now wait a minute." His questions were more so. I wanted to break the stigma around like black men and marriage and stuff like that. So
That's dope.
his questions were a little bit deeper. Because it was something I don't know if you posted it, you said it, I've been following you now maybe a year. I've been following you now a year. And y'all done had a lot of conversations since the time you were introduced to my timeline through AD.
Yeah.
And I meant to bring this up to Chris, but you were talking about uh like the stigma when it comes to women doing the bouquet toss and men doing the
Oh,
garter toss.
I hate that joke. I hate it.
As a well, can I say this? As a single man, why do you hate it?
I've never been married, but I thought I was gonna be married early. Like, compared to my friends, I thought I was gonna go first. And the idea of marriage quickly goes to the idea of wedding rings, wedding vow, wedding, and the traditions of wedding, like how you propose, what do you do, what does the wedding look like. There's an event inside most traditional weddings where the bride throws a bouquet over her shoulder, and all the single women of whatever age stand there, and whoever catches it is supposed to get blessed with this idea that you'll be next. They low key start fighting, like competing and bumping and jumping and sliding to go catch it, to go get it, because they want that. And at the same wedding, the groom takes the garter off his bride, and he turns his back to all the single men in the room. First of all, you got to find the single men. They by the bar. They don't want to get up. It's like I don't want to go there. And then he throws it over his shoulder, and that joker hits the floor. How are we gonna continue to have a culture where we congratulate the husband and the wife, the bride and the groom, who come dressed up, ready to celebrate, but the idea of a man going next is like scoffed at and like disregarded. But the idea of women being next is something that they're willing to compete and possibly even get hurt over. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't rock with that.
Is there a way to and you did this, so it's on you. Is there a way to like how do or well, I'll say this. Do you think that that part has changed any or in your perspective in the circles that you're around? Do you find more men wanting to get married or not?
Yes,
Now, just
but
now.
I surround myself with men who uh, I respect where we're different, but we have a lot of similar values.
Okay.
And love and relationship is one of those things. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I wasn't gonna ask this question. What I'm gonna ask it. What values are non-negotiables for you in building future relationships? And I mean that can be romantic, platonic, all of the just the ships.
Hmm. So my first thought hearing your question is like communication is key. If I feel like I can't talk, I'm out. I'm not gonna be here if I can't talk to you and if you're not talking to me for real. And then in that, take the elevator down another level. We have to be honest. We got to be open. We got to be vulnerable, and we got to be transparent. If you say that I'm your one and only person, I'm your best friend, and you mine, but we're not really saying what we got to say, we just we're pretending. We're actors, and I don't like acting in my real life. That's not a good use of my time, my energy. I want to be able to be like, you know who knows me? You know who knows the truth? You know what happened when I told them the truth? You know who tells me the truth? You know who handles the truth? This person. But it's so easy to be in a space where, like, even connecting it to earlier, talking about restorative justice and facilitation, it's so easy to get to a place where you passive aggressively or unconsciously are teaching people don't be honest with me because of the way you handle their honesty. Why would I be honest with you if I know the last time I was honest with you, not only did you misunderstand me, you weaponized the truth to hurt me later. You adjusted in ways that was not from a place of understanding, it was from a place of your fear. Because now that you have this new information, you think that means this, and that's not what I was saying. So I shouldn't have told you. So why would I continue to talk to you? Once that starts, we're pretending, we're acting, we're holding up a facade of what a relationship is, a friendship, a family, a working relationship, but also an intimate romantic relationship.
I don't know if you were on yet when I talked to AD, but that was one of the main things we talked about on his episode because I have a 15-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. And my 15-year-old started to kind of withhold some stuff from me. And we've never had that type of relationship. And so it's funny that you use the words that you use because every week I used to do this thing where we call them hot conversations. Um, honest, open, transparent. And so when I came back from Texas, I was noticing that he wasn't lying, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like being
He's not being
open.
vulnerable, transparent. Yeah.
Right. And then that's when I realized that certain things that had happened while I was gone had caused him to shut down. And even though he knew he could be open and honest with me, it spilled over into our relationship because that's what he's been having to do for the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that we've had some, course correcting conversations, it's yeah, I know my mama got my back right, wrong, indifferent. She's not gonna uphold me in my wrong, but she's not gonna turn her back on me either. And
Mm-hmm.
so now the conversations have gone from me having to inquire about something to let me just go ahead and tell her this. Cause if I go ahead and tell her this, the repercussions might be as not as bad as if I let her find out another way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being a mama to a son is it's real different now because I don't want to have some of the conversations I gotta have, but hey, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
have them. So um, this leads me to ask for you, how has being a father shaped your perspective on leadership, consistency, and accountability?
Mm-hmm. Going back to the conversation piece about I'm a steward in my role as father. I'm not mimicking my dad. I'm low key mimicking what I saw my mom do. I'm fathering like my mom mother. Um, it's like my son is a lot like me now. I see a lot of him in me, and it's really cool to see how bold he is, in his pursuit of his dream, and how brave he is in his pursuit of his dream, how big he's dreaming, and and how quickly he's learning and using the tools. But he's like, kind of got that from you, or so there have been some like issues with my son in the world where he's had to fight, and when he was younger and when he wasn't big and he wasn't aggressive and he didn't really care about that kind of stuff, he would ask questions. I would share stories about my version of my teens and my early 20s and uh, fight and stuff like that. And it's interesting to see how he had to learn how to fight to defend himself, but he knew how to fight because I taught him how to fight before he had to fight. But I also told him, I don't want you to ever have to fight. My prayer is that you never have to use any of this. But here's what you do. Here's what happens when you're doing something. Here's what you look at when they put their dukes up. You put your dukes up. Look at this. Look at that. Real quick. Look at this. Look at this angle. Is your hand up? Is it low? Will it protect it? Right. So then she's able to go, I learned that from you. And now I'm teaching my friends what you taught me because they didn't have a dad like you. And that's all I need right there. Right. That you can lead other people with a gift that I gave you that somehow I got it somewhere. Uh, Yesterday, ironically, he was talking about ladies and the ladies in his life that like him and think he's cute. And he was talking about emotional intelligence and how he feels frustrated when young women that he thinks are attractive and they like him too talk about how they're emotionally intelligent. He's like, I don't think they know what that word means. He's like, I think they think that having feelings and being aware of emotion is emotional intelligence. And he's like, but what I got from you is emotional intelligence is not just a self awareness, it's the ability to see it in other people and then make intelligent decisions on what you should do or shouldn't do, what you should stop doing or keep doing. Like, that's emotional intelligence. Why would I go over there knowing that I'm going to be pissed off? Why would I do that if I know I'm not in a good emotional space right now? What do I expect from this person? How do I communicate needs or boundaries or changes because of how I feel or what happened that made me feel? He's like, I got that from you. So on one hand, he's learning how to defend himself. And on the other hand, he's learning how to engage in an intimate relationship honestly and vulnerably. I'm like, yeah, if it all ends today, I'll walk away like, all right, I did all right. I passed the class. Come on.
Now, see, I love that because Lil Rob is what, 18?
Yeah, he'll be 19 in
Who
January.
know he what?
He'll be 19 in January.
That is amazing to even know that at that age.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Okay.
Come on, you better clock it. You better clock it. Come on, I'm being serious.
I can't stand you. Listen, y'all, I'm only doing this for this live because I can do this with him.
For sure.
If y'all have a question for Mr. Howard, put your question in the comment section and I'm gonna read it to him. We're gonna see if he gonna answer it. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. We kind of talked about this. How do you balance authenticity with the pressure of creating content in a social media driven world?
Yeah. Authenticity sounds cool. You might have never seen a picture of my son for real. You might have never seen a picture of my daughter for real. And that's intentional. You haven't really seen the inside of my house. You've seen the corner. You've seen the couch. You've seen that area that I do the gratitude. You've seen the car. You don't know who's in the car with me. You don't know if I'm by myself. You don't know where I'm going. I think authenticity is connected to like me being vulnerable and letting you into whatever. But I don't let everyone in my house, let alone my life. So I show you what I want to show you. And some of it is made up. Some of it is edited. Some of it is a skit. Like the in the dating pool. Who's to say that that's not a skit? Like, and I'm not gonna ruin it for people. Like, if it wasn't a skit, if I really had lines that I ran, but they think is real, and now they're watching the questions, the gratitude, the, they're watching the journey of discipline and consistency. Um, Maybe they learn something or they think of something or encourages them to do something. And cool. Why do I got to be authentic? Authentic to what? It don't matter. I don't think authentic is the thing that I have to be. I'm going to be what I choose to be.
So, what when it comes to social media, being an influencer and stuff like that, would you say is better to be vulnerable to a certain extent than authentic?
Hmm. Being vulnerable and authentic right now with you, with whoever's watching this and whoever sees versions of this later. This has been one of the hardest years of my life in the last 15 years for sure. I've been vulnerable by showing up even though I'm tired, even though I'm sad, even though I'm scared, even though I'm pissed, even though I'm stressed. I don't have to tell everybody the details of that. Why? What happened? What's the story? What's the update? Yeah, you're welcome, man. Um, but you can see it if you're really paying attention. You can watch the last 300 gratitudes that I post once a day. Shoot, once a day, edit it, post it before I go to bed. You can see, oh, he ain't shaving like 7 days. That ain't like him. That beard ain't like that. Okay. He looks sleepy. His eyes look red. Something is a little off. His tone is off. He got a little growl in his voice. He's a little flat. He's a little silly today. He got a little different energy today, right? He shot it a little earlier. Where is he at? He's not sitting at the desk. Why is he there? He's not in the car. Why? Where is he at? That's vulnerability. I'm giving you a little bit more. That's actually transparency. I'm showing you a little bit more. I'm pulling out a little bit to show you a little bit more in through the glass. I don't want to tell you all this stuff.
My mom said showing up even though you're scared and tired. Ooh, ooh, chat.
Mm-hmm.
I can. So you know how much I talk about not wanting to be in the camera anymore.
Yeah, you talking about it.
I'm gonna be open and honest as to why. When I first became a content creator, beauty influencer, whatever you want to call it, I showed everything. I had no boundaries. Um, and that quickly got old
Why?
because then people became entitled to wanting to know things that I wasn't willing to share. So for me, I was like, well, let me just scale back. But my followers, I don't like saying followers, my community has gotten spoiled with me talking to them, me showing my face, me doing something comical. They're spoiled because I didn't start with faceless content. I've
Mm-hmm.
always been in the camera. And I can't just go from always been to the camera to snatching everything that they're used to away from them. And so when you like coaching, you be like, get the people what they want. I be like,
Give
but
them
I
what they want.
did.
Stop trying to force something you want to give them on them. That's
Well, no,
rude.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I've learned now boundaries
Good.
because before it was like, oh, I got to do it like this or I got to show them this, and I was just like, but I don't want to show them this. And then, well, during COVID, I was in a relationship that was leading into marriage, and then I decided for myself, like, I want to keep this private. I want to keep this part of my life for just, I want to build this in private. And then, we'll pop out every here or there. And then it went from, if I'm doing makeup tutorials and he comes to the house and he, greets me or whatever, and people are snapping screenshots trying to see who it is. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all are entitled. And so then, because I never posted a picture, I never, really posted anything when we dissolved the relationship and I walked away, it was, well, who was it? That's still not, like, it's still not your business.
Mm-mm.
I didn't
It's
have to
not their
take
business.
down a
It's
lot of pictures.
100% not their business, but it is. It becomes
How?
their business. Because, for example, have you ever had a friend that told you their business, but it was their business? And then
Mm-hmm.
as the story evolves, you are personally attached to what's going on. You have opinions about what's going on. You have questions about what's going on. You have advice about what should and should not happen.
But they're divulging things, right?
Yeah, to you. Now, if you bring something to your audience, they are engaging with what they like. Like, for example, if I invite you to my house, but I never open that one room door, you see all the bathroom, kitchen, living room, this little office space, and I'm like, yeah, this is my collection of books, this is my collection of hats, my collection of pop figures. I got one for this, and here's my favorite character. And every time I look at you, you're looking down that hallway to the thing that's closed.
Mm.
I've given you open, I've opened, right? And I've given you proximity access to something, but your curiosity is natural. And the only reason you're staring at that is because you're in a position to know that you can't get in there.
I don't like when you make sense. Oh.
Yeah. And let's say I had a girlfriend or a wife over there,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I start talking to them, or there might be somebody who wants to see how old my daughter is and what's her name and what does she look like and does she look like him and what's their relationship like. But me putting her on camera is now making her a character in the story that you're watching on the small screen.
Mm.
Now, you could do it on purpose and get them to go deeper down the rabbit hole and be fanatics. Like, for example, if I was doing a skit with Poopy in the dating pool, I might do story times, and I might do story times that show a little peek at the date that I go on with this girl that maybe one of my friends set me up with, or maybe I logged onto a dating app and I found somebody that liked me too, and we went to a place. But I never show you her face. I give you her name, I give you her career, I give you her sign, I maybe show you her wrist or her ankle or her shoe or her jacket from the back. But I never show you her face. That would be strategically genius. Because the nosiness is like, well, when will he ever reveal who this person is? Even if she's an actress, even if that's my neighbor, even if that's my homegirl, I'm doing it on purpose, knowing that that's what people want.
But you know what? To that point, that's literally what Latarius is doing right now, and he is capitalizing off of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who
I
chill?
said this. I was like, when I was frustrated at the beginning of the year, after it was coming towards my birthday in December, and I was like, it's crazy. If I made up a lie about myself and gave it to a homegirl that I've never been inappropriate with, never crossed the line with, and told her to make a video about Mr. Howard 365 and how he's not really a sober person. He actually drinks. He likes Jack Daniels and he likes Tito's and he likes and he says that he cares about this, but he doesn't really. This is really what happened. Let me tell you a story about what he did to me, girl. There will be people who never watched my other content, didn't care about my consistency, didn't care about my positivity, didn't care about my tone, and be like, that sounds true to me, girl. That makes sense because that nigga. It's like, huh. So then why don't I do that? Why don't I make up a story that isn't even real? Just to see what happens, see who falls in. One of the best things that happens for Coca-Cola is that Pepsi exists. One of the best things that happens for PCs is that Apple exists. Having a villain, having a counter, having a second option, having a choice, A versus B, is actually genius. If everything is rosy and perfect, no one cares.
Yeah, they like the drama.
Hmm.
Oh, I want you to do this one, Rob.
Okay.
If you were to write a reflection letter to your future self, what would you want him to remember about this season of your life?
Hmm. Yeah. Future Rob, uh, remember how hard it was and how many times you thought about giving up and how many times you didn't give up. Enjoy every bit of the success. Don't give it away. Don't run away from the accolades and the attention and the praise. Don't shrink now that you won. You deserve that because you earned it. It was never handed. Good question. You want me to go? All right. Um, I think out of all of the things I've ever posted, the thing that has gotten the most views across TikTok, Instagram, and now Facebook is a content series that I did called Force Choices. It's a game that I play in real life. I tell my friends to play. One of my best friends who's married used it in his dating of his now wife. It is one of the most effective ways to quickly gamify getting to know each other. And I got millions of views on those videos. And I just wasn't prepared to monetize on that. I should have been selling cards with those or something, an app. But it's the most popular. Um, Outside of that, it's quizzes, and then uh, there's certain topics of the question of the day that I intentionally played with, knowing that it was going to hit a vein. Um, like in the niche, I would say in the relationship niche of content is where I exist mostly. Um, I don't give advice. I give my thoughts, my story, my experience, my perspective, my questions about a thing. But if I'm being honest, I posted a video about cheating, and all I did was say, "Do you think it's cheating? Do you think this is cheating, or is it inappropriate, or do you not even care and not tripping about it?" And I have so many more that I'm going to do about that. I just want to test the waters and see. But that thing moved quick, and then the skits. I think people want to see a story, and a fun, silly way that I could do the skits was with AI and then my friends. But I have a plan like for a year from now of what it could become. Like I've thought that far, and I'm like breadcrumbing forward. You just see what you see today.
Rob, the way I am going, I can't say this live. You know what I just saw. Why would you tell them people that?
Get the people going.
First of all, I don't even think you would be on the live if I did.
So your feet ain't on camera. So
What?
your shoes ain't on camera. So
You've seen the type of shoes I wear.
true, but they don't know you.
Lord, y'all got another one. I got two more questions for Mr. Howard, and we're gonna let him go because I need to go make me some quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you done made me miss on my car. See this? I knew this was going to be like this. Everybody else had. I'm just let you do it. Oh, how do you see your role as a black man when it comes to love, partnership, and setting the tone for healthy relationships?
What's my role in my own relationship? Like, do you mean like in the greater community? What's my role, or like in my own relationships?
How do you see your role as a black man
Hmm.
when it comes to love, partnership, and setting the tone for a healthy relationship?
I mean, I think my role. I think masculinity just has a presence to it. Like, when a woman walks in a room, her fragrance, her look, her walk, her smile, her style, like the room feels it. But when a real man walks in the room, you don't got to be loud. You just set tone, and you sometimes check energy, shift the energy. So I do believe that there is a valuable purpose for masculinity. I do believe that men have, even in my children's life, I haven't raised my voice at nothing that my daughter's doing. But if she was at her mama house, I haven't had, I just got to look at her. I just got to do a gesture. And it's respected because she respects me. And if she doesn't respect me, that's a sign that there's something going on in the relationship, right? Same thing with a woman that I'm dating. It's like, if you respect me, no matter what's going on, I don't care if I'm up or down, I don't care if it's stress or if we win it. It's just a way to be. It's an energy. And I think setting the tone around communication and freedom to be ourselves and express ourselves and to not judge ourselves and not be harsh on ourselves and not talk mean to ourselves. And after a mistake, how do you recover? I think that there's a way that I can teach that, well, while we're on the same team, this is what we do on this team. I don't know if you're a fan of sports, but I'm a Laker fan. Lakers are championship bred. That when you become a Laker, it don't matter if you've been a Knick, it don't matter if you won a championship over there with the Miami Heat or the Houston this or this is how we win, this is how we practice, this is how we play, this is how we show up, this is what it is. So once you're over here, it's our job to create the culture. And if you want to be on this team, this is what it's like.
So is it strict over there?
No,
You know, that's what the kids are saying these
yeah,
days.
that's the news. I know. I don't think I'm stern.
Huh?
I'm stern.
You look stern.
Hmm.
You look like you give a firm hand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play, right? But I am playful. I'm gonna joke, but I'm not to be joked with. I don't waste my words trying to direct somebody in a way that I think is safe. And I might not even use my words. If you're about to get hit by a truck, I can watch you get hit by the truck. I can scream at you, truck, or I could just guide you with my body and my presence to get out the way or hold up or stop. You'll stop. And then you'll say thank you. That's just what it is.
Well, amen. Diamond said it is definitely strict.
Oh, there's consequences. Amen. There's a, yeah.
Go ahead. Come on.
There's a question I ask in one of my trainings, restorative justice training. What's the difference between discipline and punishment? What do you think the difference is? Is there a difference? Is it the same thing?
What do I think that the
Yeah.
difference
What do you
is?
think?
I think when it comes to punishment, most times there's no like resolution to the person knowing why they got in trouble or why they. I think discipline leads to resolve, like why you shouldn't do this, and this is why you're in trouble, or this is why such and such got taken from you. So if you don't want this to happen again, then you don't need to do this again. Whereas punishment is just a lot of hooting and hollering, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
So 100% see that. I think one of the things that we're really good in our Western American modern society is we're the best punishers in the world. We make more laws to litigate, to lock up more people, to do more things that are free slave labor and make money on their human bodies to control and restrict their freedoms. But in a relationship with me, you should be more free than you've ever been. But there's also more responsibility than you've ever been. Does that make sense? I know you read it, but I'll read it too. It thick. Yeah. I don't even know how much I weigh right now, but yeah, it's thick over there.
No,
But
I definitely agree with it.
so freedom has a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter is not old enough to be fully free because freedom at that level of age, you're going to be irresponsible with what you do. So you do right, but if we grown and we locked in, there you should be free. Uh, there's some things that's not tolerated. There's some things that's not okay. Those come from guidelines, agreements, rules, expectations, whatever you call them. But I'm not here to punish you and make your life harder, right? I don't know if you've ever been in a family situation, a work situation, or a romantic situation. You're like, "Dang, I feel like I can't get right. I feel like I'm always in trouble. I feel like I feel like that's strict. Uh, sternness is, ooh, I got a feeling that I messed up, and some gonna happen. So, some gonna happen. So I don't know what it's gonna look like. Not clear on that part, but I know I done messed up.
Oh, I can't speak for all women, but I can just speak for some of the women that I'm, in community with. Uh, how can I say this?
Good luck. Hold on.
I'll just say this for the type of I'm gonna just speak for me. I ain't even gonna put my friends out there. For the type of woman that I am, sometimes sternness is needed,
Hmm.
and it's not because now I do think that sometimes the women who be in them little daddy phases, that like that's a father wound. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
talking about it like that,
Yeah.
but sometimes I need to be real back in.
Yeah.
And,
And
and
that's part of the game. So okay, I got the question. It's spicy.
mhm. And don't you ask them on here.
Okay, let's go there. Damn.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so in the world of relationships and intimacy, physical intimacy, there are energy roles. Some of them are submissive and some of them are dominant energies. And it's people who are switches and it's people who are all over the spectrum. And sometimes, yeah. Sometimes there are people who are like, when I'm at work, I'm a boss, but when I'm at home, I'm not, right? And that's not weird. That's actually pretty understandable. But submissive is not weakness. Actually, the dominant is actually serving the submissive. The submissive makes all the rules. Anything that the submissive person does not want to do, they do not do. There's a safe word, there's a no means no, there's a all stop, push the button, pull the cord. I'm not doing that. That's not okay. That's a violation. And it doesn't matter what the dominant person says. The submissive is who's focused on. So the truth is, a masculine dominant energy person should be in service of a feminine submissive person. It just might look like they're in charge. They're dominating and leading and making the other. It's not really what's happening. That can't be what's happening.
I I posted something yesterday, and it's so funny because the few women who were in my DMs from the post were arguing me up and down. So basically, the post was basically saying, ladies, don't get a rich man, get a generous and a caring man. Because just because he rich, just because he got money, don't mean he gonna spend it, right? But a man who is generous, a man who cares about you, 9 times out of 10, if you bring in peace to his life, he's going to go over and beyond to make sure your life is peaceful or whatever. And they was like, Mercedes, I don't agree with this. Da, 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 da. But get this, the post that I shared was written by a man. So I can't say this on this platform, but I tell a lot of people what they think is submission is actually subservience. It's not submit. Because if
Right.
you knew what
And they think
submission
dominant
was,
is domineering.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. You could be dominated, but you don't want to be domineered. Amen.
I'm about to say a word. What should I say? I'm about to say a word, but I'm gonna be a good. Nico! Jesus. See, Rob.
You might not want to tag that one, but we see it. We see it. Amen. That's a good comment.
It was a very good
And there's
comment.
nothing wrong. There's nothing
But
wrong with that.
Jesus. It's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like where I'm headed and being consistent and having an amazing content coach is gonna get me to where I need to be with my
Come on.
businesses. But I don't want to be the head of my household. And I think because I have such a bold, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think I have a bold personality?
Yeah.
Am I intimidating? Do you do well? I know
To
not
reach
for
out. Yeah.
you. Bruh, please. So you don't think I'm intimidated? I mean, I'm intimidating. You don't think I don't intimidate you? I don't scare you a little bit, right? I don't scare you a little bit. But I've been told that I don't know if it's I look mean or I feel like I'm like one of the silliest, goofiest women you gonna ever meet for real, for real. Like I'm always laughing. So I don't know where the she looks intimidating comes from.
I think that there are stereotypes of what a woman is and what a woman isn't. Just like there's a
Mm-hmm.
stereotype of what a man is and what a man isn't. And I think there are, especially with black women, some of the qualities that Latino women, Pacific Islander women, white women, when they have that same characteristic, it is allowed to happen. But when a black woman embodies it, it's a negative. It's intimidating. It's aggressive. It's all right. Just so you don't like black women. That's fine. You don't got to do all that. Just, cool.
Okay. But anyway, I just feel like once I get to the place that I'm gonna get to, go like another thing about me, I love to cook. Danielle jokes on me all the time. Danielle be like, girl, we'll be on the phone, turn around, and you got a whole spread on the table because it's my happy place. Like I
That's
love to
all.
cook. That's just my mom. My mom is a doctor, so I learned how to cook early on in life because she had me. Then she went to college. Then she went to medical school. So it was like my grandmother took me up on, under her wing or whatever, and she taught me to cook or whatever. She taught me 10-minute meals, and so like that's I do want to excel in my businesses. I do want to travel and speak and do all of the things, but I also want to host. I love to host, and when I was living in Atlanta, every Sunday people were leaving church, coming to my house to eat because that's just something I love to do. And so I don't like when, and I guess like you just said, it's for weak. I don't want to call weak men because then they gonna come for me. But weaker individuals will
If
look
it was a
at
woman, it'd be a weak woman. Why is it hard to say weak man?
because they be coming and
Of
they
course, that's what happens when weak people get attacked. I feel
well,
attacked.
okay. So weak men seem to not be able to differentiate me as a business owner and who Mercedes is at home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I promise you, they polar opposites to a certain degree. Now,
Yeah,
right now, I am the only disciplinarian in the home.
you gotta wear both
So
hats.
there's a certain sternness and there's a certain, it's kind of strict over here a little bit. But that's because I'm raising boys, I'm not raising girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a lot of room to play with them like that. I don't have the luxury of now with Dylan, yeah, but I don't have the luxury of giving the Rob look and knowing that it's gonna be shut down in
Mhm.
2.5 seconds.
Yep.
We love a kickback. Yes, come on, let's have a kickback.
Come on, game night.
What? Come on, who?
Game night.
Oh, y'all. While he said that, let me tell you, y'all go get the hoodie. But two, Robert has, is it 56? How
In
many?
the
How
deck
many?
of cards, yeah, 56.
56. Good questions. I'm talking about the good questions, honey. We took them questions to brunch while we were in LA. And honey, we had a time.
Come on.
Not our
Yeah,
Pepsi.
there's gonna be some. Oh, I didn't know that's what you thought
Oh,
about that.
it was. Some of them was like, now wait, do I want to share this with the group of people I'm with? Are we that close that I want to share this information? But no, they're really good conversation starters because not only are we, because here's the thing, once you answer like one of the questions, it kind of spills over into well, why did you do that? And
Yeah,
then if you
that's what a
did do
good
that, why did you
prompt. That's
like
what a
it?
great question does.
Yeah.
And tell me more about that. How did that happen? What happened after that happened?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna let y'all this for the grown people. If you not grown, don't do not. He got 75 spicy questions.
The spicy questions is definitely another one.
You gotta know what you can you gotta know what you can handle because it's a few of them 75 that going
Yeah, the 75 is gonna show where in the spectrum you are in your comfort and experience.
after 20, I'ma just tell y'all now, after 25, put your seatbelt on, baby.
Yeah, I purposely started off if you go in order.
Your mind is ate up, Robert.
Don't judge me. My God gave
I'm
me this.
not they're good questions because here's the thing. Now everybody know I'm a Christian, I love the Lord, and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
One of the things in my last relationship, this is something we decided together, that we were going to abstain, right? But I think what people fail to realize, especially when you good and grown, and I've birthed 3 children. So let's not act like I don't know.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those questions, but it's not just enough to like somebody and have chemistry with somebody. Sometimes you can be incompatible with the person, and you
That's
need to know
100%
that
why.
up front. And some of those questions, when I tell you, it reminded me, like it took me back to 2020 when we would, sit on the phone and ask certain conversations because, like, for example, let's just say my drive is real high and his is real low. And I'm looking at multiple times a week, and you okay with sometimes every 2 weeks. You're not compatible. And then if
Right.
somebody is not willing to compromise,
You got to
because
find what does compromise
some
look
stuff,
like
yeah, because you got
because
your
you're so far apart.
non-negotiables, you got your non-negotiables, but then you have stuff that okay, I'm willing to compromise X, Y, and Z. And so not only just like I think people be kind of I hate to say it like this, but so many people are just freaked out. I'm saying like freaked out.
Hmm.
Like y'all just nasty. Y'all just
Hmm.
horn dogs. To where people think it's crazy to engage in those type of conversations even if you're not doing something with somebody. No, like sometimes you need to ask them questions so you don't find yourself in a situation that you later on regretting because you didn't ask the proper questions. I
And more
wholeheartedly
than just the
love.
question, the answer takes you to a place where answer is shared, and then it's like, oh, I want to know more about how you think. I want to know more about why. I want to know about when. That is the question is the start.
Yeah.
Like you get in the vehicle, turn the engine on, and then where it goes is based on the conversation, whether it's a group, whether it's you answering yourself internally, or you talking to somebody you connect in a relationship with. That's the goal is to get people to go on the journey that comes from a good question.
Yeah, I love it. So y'all, if you want some good questions, get the good questions. If you exploring some stuff with your partner or whatever, get the spicy questions. But if you are a single and you think that you have healed to a certain degree
Come on. Yeah.
and you want to kind of ask some questions within yourself, he has a journal called Ready, and I think it's 100. Is it 100 questions? What is it?
The second edition has 90.
90. So he has a journal for the singles because you need to know that you're ready before you get out there and make yourself look a fool. You don't want to be out here
Hmm.
looking a fool now.
Hmm.
And where can they get all of this amazing merch and
Yeah.
products and all of the things?
It's still Mr. Howard 365 for everything. So my website is .com, Mr. Howard 365.com.
Okay, and this is your last question for tonight because I let
Okay.
you cut up a little bit because I knew you was gonna do that. We're gonna end on a sobering note. What message do you hope men, especially black men, walk away with when they see your life and your work?
I think I sell hope. I think I sell possibility. That in spite of what's happened, in spite of what's happening, that you can design the life tomorrow. You can design your relationship. You can design your fitness. You can design your business. You can design where you are, how you live, where you live, with whom you share your time. That more than what's behind you, what's in front of you is so important. And we don't know how many days, how many Christmases, how many summers you got left. Yeah. But what do you hope for? What do you desire? What do you dream of? What do you need before the game's over? Those are the things that I hope my legacy leave for black men.
Whoo, child, I got a little shiver. I felt that a couple of years ago. I don't remember the actual name of the book, but it's a book from Zappos. You know that? You know the shoe people?
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. And so they were asking pretty much the question of what do they sell, but somebody kept bringing up shoes. And they was like, we don't sell shoes, we sell something. It was like an experience or whatever they said. And
Hmm.
so it made me look within, even when it comes to like my makeup products, my journal, like all of the things that I do. And the most consistent thing that comes back around from what people say that I give them is confidence. That's how confidence builder was
Dope.
birthed.
People do
And
not
so,
buy products. People
hmm,
buy. People don't buy products. People buy transformation. People buy
hmm.
experiences.
And so that's what I say. Like, I don't sell makeup, I sell confidence.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've gone through various transitions, transformations, whatever you want to call it. And I think just I love how I love myself, like even in the midst of change and uncertainty, and like I'll just be open and honest with y'all. Before we got on, I was just sharing with Rob how like I don't like this hair, and it's not necessarily like not liking the hair. I think I'm beautiful, like because a lot of
Yeah.
people think that when you dislike something, you just go, oh, but you're so beautiful, baby. Never gave
That's not what
ugly,
we're saying. Yeah.
but I I'm not used to seeing this version of myself. And so it's some getting used to looking in the mirror and not seeing hair down my back or not seeing long twists or not being able to throw it in a ponytail. Like I know it's short, but this took some actual dedication to get it to even look like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so just as I'm transforming and as I'm healing, go get the merch. I'm able to take women along on the journey with me. Because with the confidence build her, it was so funny. I heard God clearly. He was like, you didn't think that you was about to take these women on a 9 week journey and you didn't get something from it? Because now this is building another level of confidence for me because let's just be honest, not every woman can rock short hair. It takes a little Zaza zoom to, you know what I'm saying, make it look like something. So,
And you don't got to start off with confidence. You can find your confidence. That's a beautiful story too.
right.
You can rebuild your confidence.
Because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't think confidence is like a switch on the wall. It's like, and I'm confident because I flipped the switch, and it's like I think it's a process. I think that there's going to be ups and downs in that journey.
It is. I was about to, so we're not going to Dallas, this
Mm-hmm.
week or whatever. And my hair appointment was Sunday. And so I was thinking to myself, like, girl, you could save that money and you could do, you got this going on or whatever. But then my mind was, but then you gotta go live and you gotta do this and so I literally was about to go get my hair done because I was like, but I gotta do content for this and I gotta go. And I was like, girl, if you don't put some oil in the hair and brush it around and sit out somewhere, but it's like this is my reality. I have to have these kind of pep talks with myself, like, girl, do your hair and keep it moving.
Mm.
It's okay.
We didn't talk about how men have a version of that.
What? So what's the version?
Uh, like a faux confidence that is like ego showing of what confidence looks like, but where we're not confident, we're hiding behind the facade of what we think confidence looks like. Like, I think one of the reasons why even patriarchy and sexism and abuse that men inflict on women in that direction, like not that women don't also inflict, but it's at an alarming rate that men are the bad guys in these stories physically, way too often. Even with people that we believe that we love, right? It's from an insecurity. It's from a fear. It's from a false idea that we're supposed to control and possess and be strict and run this and have it together. But what happens if the man knows the truth? Like, hey, it's not up right now. And I don't feel good. I don't feel like I deserve. I don't feel like I'm winning, and I'm jealous of her win. I'm jealous of her confidence. I'm jealous of how she could put it on. I look in the mirror, I don't like myself. I look at my bank account, I don't like myself. I look in the world, and I don't like what I see in myself. Now, I don't think it's cool that you're winning so much. Like, it's this insecurity. It's a lack of confidence. It's a love of self. So it's hard to love someone else if I don't love myself. So I think at the root of neglect and harm and abuse and like the hate comments about this and that online, it's a lack of confidence. If you're really confident, you don't got to say I'm confident.
Right. Right. I remember I posted something, it was years ago, and I asked the question, I said, if I told y'all that I struggle with confidence, would you believe me? And the alarming rate of the comments, like, girl, no, you confident.
Girl, no.
That's really what it was. Like, child, who ain't confident? You walk around here with green hair. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that was, yeah.
not right now. I'm almost done.
He's on with Jordan. We're gonna give you your father back love. Um, so y'all, this is Mr. Howard 365. Thank you, Rob, for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. The conversation was amazing. So if you made it to this point, you got a treat coming your way. My setting sprays are already on sale. They're already marked down on the site. My serums as well. But if you use the code Mr. 365, you will get an additional discount for the already marked down items. And that is with anything on the site. The lippies are still up for pre-order. You in these sounds. The lippies are still up for pre-order, but they're like on the way. They just cleared customs. I cannot stand you. But yeah, use the code Mr. 365. You have until October 5th at midnight to use that code. What else I was gonna say? And ladies, if you're watching this, make sure if you own wedges, you bombard Mr. Howard with those beautiful images. Make sure you tag him. If you're posting a picture and you got on wedges, that's the person you need to tag. I can't stand, oh, I hate when you do that stuff. But Rob, again, thank you. Y'all go get the merch. Go get the. He got some hats too, y'all. They look really, really nice. I'm gonna get me
Oh,
one.
can I give you a sneak peek of this next thing I'm doing?
The
Rob,
who?
a sneak peek. That brown hair right there. Can you hand it to me?
When is gonna be available for purchase? Don't give me no sneak peek. Oh, but they don't.
But the content is about to show you that.
I had a field day when I was on day naps. I was over here gallivanting, frolicking in the fields.
You better frolic.
I'm not on them anymore, but
Yeah. Well, I think that people are gonna be cool.
But what isn't a dating app, Rob? Because the same way you get on an app that's specified for dating, you can get on TikTok and you can find your boo. You can get on Instagram. Like, what's not a dating app?
You can find a boo anywhere, but that don't mean yeah. Like for example, you get deodorant beyond a grocery store or a Target. Yeah, they got deodorant at a gas station. It's still not a convenience store. It's because you can find it anywhere. Don't mean.
No, what I'm saying is we've made almost every social media platform a dating app.
Yes. And you could probably get different experiences, but there are certain apps that are this is for that. We're not here to network for business. We're not here to we're here to build these connections and explore possibilities and meet new people and hopefully get off the app and meet people in real life or something in real life.
So is it your belief that dating apps suck?
Yeah. I ain't on that. It's not about finding love. Even the algorithm is there's a new documentary. Is it a documentary? No, it's a scripted movie based on the real life story of the lady who helped start Tinder, and her own. I think she did the one that was like Hinge is hers too. It's not about finding love. Most people who create a profile and even pay for some of the premium features are not going to find love because it's not about that. It's about keeping you on the app, gamifying connections, and all that stuff. So I hope that people would use dating apps the right way, but also not rely on that to find love. So use Instagram, use the gas station, use networking mixers, use religious gatherings, use educational centers or conferences, like whatever the thing is. Just be willing to meet new people. Don't rely on these apps that are not necessarily about you finding the love of your life.
Ugh, I don't like when I have to agree, but okay. So don't you hang up yet. You tell Jordan give me a 90 seconds after I end this live. I hate those apps 0 out of 10. Wow. So y'all, this is again Mr. Hard 365. I don't even tell y'all who he is because honey, he over there got 130,000 followers on on Instagram and child, y'all go follow the man of God if y'all ain't followed him. Cause you gonna laugh.
Yeah.
You liable to cackle till you cry in them stories. I'm telling you, it ain't even about what he posts on the page. It's them
No, the
stories. Y'all
story
gotta
is
watch the
everything.
stories. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna bring the black man back. This was refreshing to have space for men to talk. I loved it.
Thank you
So
for making it intentionally happen.
yeah, I want to bring y'all back. I I don't like to say the word pride, but I love that I consider myself a trusted space for the black man.
Right.
Because we learned not to say safe 2 weeks ago. We
Yeah.
don't say safe space, we
That's
say
wild.
trusted space.
Oh, that's what AD said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely told him that.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
thought
go?
he
Okay.
yeah, he said he
Yeah, I
called
need
your
my
name.
credit.
So y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I will let y'all know when the next 4 episodes are going to go live. I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye. And don't you
Bye.
Oh God.